look how far we've come, all the things we've done, did it all with love, beauty from the bottom up. All I want is you, you're my favorite view, but there's nothing more, girl, you make my heart beat.
And we are back.
Welcome back, you beautiful bitches.
Today we're doing Friday content, but we are doing emails as Friday content.
Yeah.
And it's Tuesday. We don't normally record on Tuesday.
No, we don't.
Giving
Tuesday.
all the Patreon value.
Yeah, we're doing a lot. I feel like we're doing a lot.
Trying to make sure that we are holding up our end of the transaction of Patreon.
The bargain.
Yep.
Yep.
I have something I want to talk about before we get into emails.
Let's go. I'm going to put this aside so you have my attention.
I saw something on space.com yesterday that said that there is a theory that our universe exists in a black hole. And the black hole is spinning, which is why the universe looks the way that it does in terms of the stars and the way that our solar system works.
Okay, slow down. So our universe exists within a black hole.
I'm just going to read the article.
Okay. I wasn't ready for this. Oh, let us know how you like the coffee. I totally forgot we had that.
Yeah, we don't ever promote it.
Quick plug, guys. Thankfully, as a reminder from our Patreon audience, if you guys don't know, we're currently live in front of our Patreon. And someone said they're trying our coffee. We have To Be Better Brew. Teas and coffees. Check it out.
Yeah.
Got some good stuff over there.
Pecan pie coffee is the shit.
I like a good hazelnut.
Yeah. I'll give you a hazelnut.
Oh my God.
Okay. From space.com, it says, our universe trapped inside of a black hole, ?
Oh gosh.
The James Webb Space Telescope discovery might blow your mind.
Oh, I love that telescope.
I think that the simplest explanation of the rotating universe is the universe was born in a rotating black hole. And then there's pictures. And it says, without a doubt, since its launch, the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, has revolutionized our view of the early universe, but its new findings could put astronomers in a spin. In fact, it could tell us something profound about the birth of the universe by possibly hinting that everything we see around us is sealed within a black hole. The $10 billion telescope, which began observing the cosmos in summer of 2022, has found that the vast majority of deep space, and thus the early galaxies it has so far observed, are rotating in the same direction. While around 2/3 of the galaxies...
Hang on, pause. Backtrack a little bit. What's spinning in the same direction?
The vast majority of deep space and early galaxies that it has observed are rotating in the same direction.
All of them.
So far that is observed.
That's insane.
While around 2/3 of galaxies spin clockwise, the other third rotates counterclockwise. In a random universe, scientists would expect to find 50% of galaxies rotating one way and 50% the other. This new research suggests that there is a preferred direction of galactic rotation. Anyways, this just goes on and on and on. Born in a black hole, it says, black hole cosmology, also known as Schwarzschild cosmology, suggests that our observable universe might be the interior of a black hole itself within a larger parent universe. The idea was first introduced by theoretical physicist Raj Kumar Pathria and by mathematician I.J. Good. It presents the idea that the Schwarzschild radius, better known as the event horizon, the boundary from within which nothing can escape a black hole, not even light, is also the horizon of the visible universe. The article goes on and on. Anyways, that's not what I want to talk about. I have some...
That's not what you want to talk about? That's insane.
That started a conversation between Sean and I this morning.
Okay, wait. Can you send me that, please?
Yes.
I was absorbed.
You want to read it then? You want to read the whole article?
We don't have to do it right now,
Okay.
but I would like to. Could you imagine something beyond all of this? And we're just encapsulated.
Trapped. Trapped would be the word.
Why trapped?
Because in a black hole, you can't escape it. So even if we got Star Trek style ability and we were able to traverse the known space, we would still be trapped inside of a black hole. We would need a spore drive like in Discovery to jump universes. Otherwise, we would never be able to escape our known galaxy. At least that's my understanding of the black hole. Not very intelligent when it comes to things of that nature. So that's my understanding.
Well, we know things get sucked into a black hole.
Right.
We don't know what's on the other side of a black hole. We also don't know if there's an exit. if things can get sucked in, I can imagine it could spit things elsewhere.
If there's another hole, right, like an exit,
Right.
sure, it
Like
would just be
portals.
like right. Well, see, that would link into like worm theory, like wormhole
Right.
theory and shit. Anyways,
Oh God, what's beyond our black hole? Is it nothing? Is it everything? Is it an eraser? Like,
so I sent that to Sean.
okay.
And I was like, have you ever thought about this? And he goes, because of my psychedelic experiences, I have thought about this a lot.
Okay.
And like, I have told you that I feel like we're stuck inside of something. Like our earth is it's minuscule in comparison. And we've had this kind of conversation a lot. And Sean was like, I have this theory.
No word.
And it's something that is very similar to what I had told you in the past. And he said that, that locker thing, the locker scene in Men in Black, where they open the locker and there's a whole universe inside of that locker.
Vaguely.
They put like a clock in, like a wristwatch in there, and it gives time and light and all of that shit for these little tiny aliens that live in a locker.
Okay.
Anyway, Sean was like, I think that we are living inside of something and we are parasites. And our natural disasters are antibiotics in the body attacking itself, trying to destroy the parasite. Now, what if our earth is nothing more than a cell floating around inside of a body, and we are that small, living inside of another being?
I think about shit like that.
So do I.
Yeah, that doesn't like shock me because I've thought about that, not in like that kind of context, but
Did you think about the fact that like the natural disasters are the body trying to purge the parasites?
No, I did not think about that. That's insane.
It would make sense though.
It does make
because
sense.
the more we fuck up the planet, the worse the disasters are becoming.
Right, the more it's trying to get
purge
rid
us.
of us. Oh God.
Yep.
I wasn't prepared for that one today. I'm sorry, Earth. I'm so glad we're composting and we're doing organic things now, and I feel like we should go plant trees. You want to go hit that place today?
I actually do still want to hit that nursery this week.
Okay. Oh, it can't be today because of all the things we have to do. But
We also just spent a whole lot of money that I wasn't expecting to spend today.
that makes me sad.
You guys want to hear something really stupid? And I think this should be illegal.
Okay.
I really truly think that this should be illegal. Square is who we use to run credit cards at the tattoo shop. I have the original version 1 Square kiosk to run credit cards.
And how old is that?
I don't know, 10 years, 15 years. I don't know. It's old. It's old as
Context.
fuck. But there's an iPad in there, right? So like there's actually a physical iPad that I had to purchase to put into the Square account. That's how old it is. But they were like, I got an email saying that if I don't update that terminal by September of 2025, there will no longer be updates for that terminal to make sure that that terminal works, which is forcing us, in order to keep credit card information safe as a business, to go buy a new terminal. So I had to spend $1,015 to stay on a fucking terminal for my Apple Square Pay thing to be able to use to continue to do it, keeping people's data safe. That should be illegal.
Yeah.
If I spend $1,000 on a piece of equipment and it's still functioning, you should continue to provide the updates for it, not stop it to force me to buy something.
Right.
I could have, as a business owner, just been like, fuck it. It still works. I'm not upgrading, and just continue to use it
And not say anything.
and
to
not
your
say anything.
customers.
But I have integrity, and I can't do that. Really, really fucked up that's a thing, because it is forcing you to buy that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to go to the plant store. I watched that Kiss the Ground, Kiss the Soil, something like that. The documentary about pulling carbon down from the sky and into the earth, and no longer tilling soil. And like, I went down that rabbit hole pretty hard.
Yeah.
And I realized that we have just under an acre. We're at like 3/4 of an acre because it's 3 lots. It's 0.23 of an acre per lot. So we're right around 3/4 of an acre.
Yeah.
And obviously our house and the building take up a whole lot of space, but we have a whole lot of open ground that we can put banana trees in it. We could put giant elephant ears all over the place. Like, we could really do a lot for our soil here if we wanted to actually do it. And I'm down with it. I just don't want to, I don't know. I'm also okay with putting a bunch of fruit and shit in the yard. I know that that's going to bring pests, but we already have armadillos, raccoons, and possums all over our property anyways.
Got
because
old
of the
man
woods.
walking around out there.
Yeah, turtles, the whole nine. But I'm cool with that. Like, I like that there's wildlife out there. It's cool. You know, bobcats, the whole nine.
Yeah.
But
I want our yard to look like a jungle
yeah,
with walking paths and all the stuff. I'm very excited about that.
Yeah. If we were able to buy all the lots around us, it would be a lot better. But
Yeah.
I think that the money that we would have to spend, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it would be $50,000 minimum to buy all the lots around us to expand the property. And for that, we could just buy acreage somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the thing. Let's do some email stuff.
Okay. Before I forget, I need to let you know about the garden. There are certain things. Oh, it did it. Certain things that will need shade in order not to get sunburned out there. So we'll have to get taller trees that can handle that harsh sunlight to protect the weaker plants.
Well, there's going to be a roof on that's got a blue tint to it.
No, I meant like with the trees and shrubberies and things we're going to get for the yard.
Well, you said the garden. So do you mean the yard or you mean the garden?
The yard.
Okay.
The whole thing's a garden to me.
Right, but there's a garden being built.
Okay, right.
And then the rest of it's our yard.
I'm going to have to name that so we know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Or you can just say the yard instead of the garden, and then I'll know what you're talking about. Because technically there's already names there.
That's true.
You just like to name stuff.
I do. I feel like everything's alive. I talk to inanimate objects because what if it is?
Everything exists on a vibration.
Right. I don't know. Toy Story might be a real thing for me. I'm going through a lot right now.
That's funny.
This is the thank you email. I made the podcast part of my routine and has helped me grow into the wife I know my wife deserves, plus an update.
Okay. Plus an update.
Plus an update. Dear Chris and Peaches, thank you for your content. I, a 23-year-old female, have been devotedly listening to your content on YouTube and Spotify since March of 2023. That's crazy. Thanks for listening for so long.
2 years.
Thanks for putting up with me. I have mood swings. They're rough. Thanks for loving me anyway. It has changed me. I know you hear that a lot, but it's true. I have been on the fence about sending you both an email since I started listening. While tuning into your episodes, I would draft up an email in my head about all of the relationship issues I was experiencing, thinking about sending it to you as my attempt to fix what was wrong in my marriage. While tuning into your episodes, I would draft up an email in my head about all the relationship issues I was experiencing, thinking about sending it to you as an attempt to fix what was wrong in my marriage. Now I don't have to, because I never sent an email full of trauma and drama. Instead, I just kept listening, and soon enough, my wife and I were doing weekly relationship journals.
She's gay? I
Yeah.
can't do this.
You
Kidding.
didn't catch that from the title?
No, I just was being extra because of
goofy.
all the stupid shit that people say to us.
Right, no, we're Nazis.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't it crazy that people say that?
Yeah. I've learned to laugh at them.
It's definitely silly goose behavior. It feels the same as the persecution that happened in the witch trials. Like they just said witch, so everyone was like, oh yeah, kill them.
Mom mentality is a very scary thing.
Right? I love that they're doing relationship journals.
Me too.
Continuing, learning each other's love languages and having meaningful, intentional, and deep conversations. I made the podcast part of my routine and it has helped me grow into the wife I know my wife deserves.
I love that.
Me too. I wish I could just hug you both for all the advice you have given me.
We are pretty good huggers. I'm just saying we hug each other all the time and it's pretty dope.
Yeah. I've made people cry for my hugs.
I hug people because they cry. There's a difference.
Certainly a difference.
Yeah.
I've been told that I give very motherly hugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abby said Chris gives pretty awesome fist bumps. I've actually become a hugger since ceremony.
He has.
There's something about that human connection that solidifies the oneness in all of us when you can embrace somebody from a place of compassion.
I wish I could just give you both a hug for all of the advice you have given me and for all the times you have been there with me in my headphones while I work. You want to hear something crazy?
Sure.
I know we just got back into it.
I don't care. I'm here to have fun.
So, in our last ayahuasca experience, I got to experience our podcast from millions of people's perspectives.
Yeah.
And there was an overwhelming amount of, I'm not lonely anymore. gonna cry, my goodness. And then it was flashes of like people doing the dishes or sitting in their bedroom at night with their TV on. And
We are filling voids in people's lives for sure.
a lot. It's a lot
Oh,
to
hey, I want to
process.
show somebody some stuff.
All right, fantastic. I need to compose myself. God, you guys mean so fucking much to me.
Okay, so when we were in Costa Rica, we met a gentleman named Gabriel who was doing the cacao ceremony. And the cacao ceremony that he did had a whole lot of
Parallels.
That's a good one. I was going to say crossovers, parallels of other ceremonies that we've done. And the way he served the cacao was the way that they serve ayahuasca and ayahuasca ceremonies. And we talked about this a little bit, especially in the vlog. He was wearing a bracelet from the Amazon, and I was able to recognize the bracelet. And I walked up to him. We started a conversation. Gabriel has become kind of a friend of ours. I talked to him on WhatsApp. He actually is probably going to do a call with us this week, with his wife and his kids so that we get to meet everyone.
Oh, exciting. He has children.
Yeah.
I love that.
And there's a possibility that he's going to be at ceremony in July.
Word.
Which I'm praying for. I would love to have him act as page at the ceremony and like do the thing. He had posted a photo of him and a couple of people doing something in the forest, and one of the people were wearing a bag. And I circled it, like I screenshot it and I circled it, and I was like, I want one of these bags. And I've been looking for them the whole time we're in Costa Rica, and I can't find any. Where did you get it? And he's like, they're handmade in Colombia from somebody that does medicine. And we talked a little bit, and I was able to get 3 bags from him. One was his that he sent me as a gift, which is super dope. But do you want to show your bag? We'll go through and do yours first.
Yes. So I intuitively picked my bag.
Yeah.
Intuitively? Is that a word? That's a word?
Sure.
Oh, no.
It is.
Oh, don't do that. And this is the bag that I picked.
These bags are used to carry medicine. So like if you have your hape pipes, which are called tepes and crepi. I'm wrong on the second one.
We're learning.
But you can put your hape in there. You can put, anything related to medicine goes in these bags. So if you're out like harvesting mushrooms or doing any type of plant medicine, you have a bag to carry it around to put it in, and they're designed for medicine.
Does anybody know what this is? Before we say it, I'm going to have husband show the bags, but I want to see if somebody in the chat knows what that is.
The design?
Yeah.
I didn't. He had to tell us.
Right.
Go ahead.
No, I'm going to wait until you go through yours because I can't see.
Oh, so this one was mine. This was the one that I had bought. There was like 20 bags, and I circled I circled the one that she wanted and then circled the one that I wanted. And then this one was his, and they're actually a different material, but this was his actual bag that he was carrying around using for medicine. He carried his hape in it and all of that stuff. And this is very meaningful to me. Like I never thought that I would have an emotional attachment to an item the way that I do with these bags.
Yeah.
And it's very cool that somebody has something that, to him, it's probably not a big deal. This is just the one that he brought to the United States with him while he was here. He's probably got 20 or 30 of these things laying around. Like and it's not a big deal for him, but for me, it meant a lot.
I love that for you, babe.
Yeah, super cool. I don't like the texture of this. Like the
I
roughness
do.
of it. I think it just needs to be used.
Yeah.
But after getting the bag that he sent me, that was his bag, I'll probably never use this one anyways. It'll probably go or become a gift. Maybe I'll give it to Jay. I don't know.
So it's Mother Spirit. And he gave us a rundown. I don't remember the whole rundown, and I don't want to say anything incorrectly, so I'm not going to give it to you guys now. I didn't know we were doing this. But if I had known, I would have made some notes and presented it for you guys. But when I found out the meaning behind this symbol, I don't know. I felt like I'm getting good at listening to myself.
Yeah.
And feeling my connection to things. When we were in the jungle and doing the guided meditation, at some point he did what he called invitations. He's like, I invite you to go and do this thing and connect with nature. And he said, find an object that you feel connected to in your heart.
When we were going to get our treasures?
Yes. And 5 years ago, I wouldn't have known how to truly do that. I know what I would have had. I know what I would have picked up because I liked it. I like the look of it, the feel of it, or whatever. But to feel a connection to something, I wouldn't have known what that truly meant.
Yeah.
And now I do. And hearing the explanation, it's reaffirming.
Yeah.
Nice.
I checked. He said that that's the Mother Earth, Mother Spirit is what that bag represents. He didn't give me any other data on it other than that.
I thought he said it in the voice message.
It might have been. I didn't pull the voice message up.
Can you feel the vibrations on your rocks and stones? I can. I held a piece of the Berlin Wall. I was a junior in high school, maybe 8th grade. I was young. And I held a piece of the Berlin Wall, and the energy and the vibrations that I felt coming off that. Like, I held it and I looked around the class and I was like, did anybody experience this? I was trying to like read people's faces. And nobody seemed to really care. They're like, okay, it's a piece of concrete.
Rock, yeah. You know that they used to sell that shit. Like you could buy a piece of the Berlin Wall. Like it was,
really?
Yeah, because I mean it was a massive wall.
Yeah.
And it was just a way for people to fucking make money. Who knows if those rocks were actually real or not? You know what I mean? But I remember my grandmother bought a little box that had a piece of the Berlin Wall, and it was
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, back to this. I became a wife at 21, and for the first year of our marriage, I was a stay-at-home wife and homemaker. I was belittled by my family and the internet for choosing to depend on my wife. For a while, I tried to get my family, my mom, dad, lesbian aunts, and grandparents to understand that I had made the right choice in picking my forever person, but they never saw it that way.
cool. I have to pause you there.
Okay.
How ugly is that? When you really think about it, like here somebody is who's happy in their marriage.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing what makes them feel fulfilled. And everyone else around them is shitting on them because of it. Like, how fucking miserable in your life do you have to be to shit on somebody else's happiness? Just ugly.
Yeah, it's a very dark place. It's even worse when they do it in a hive, because then you start to feel crazy.
Right? Well, you feel cornered at that point too. Right. Everybody's ganging up on you.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Continuing, instead, they often told me that once my wife got out of the army, she would leave me, or that she would resent me for never working and providing for us. Right after we got married, we eloped. My mom wanted to know if signing the divorce papers would be as easy as signing the marriage license. Convinced that when I finally grew up, I would come to my senses and realize this wasn't what I wanted in life.
Even if it's not something that you want in life, right? Let's say that they're together for 20 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever. And it turns out to be not what you want with your life, but it's what you want for the next 5, 10, or 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. Why shit on that?
Right.
I don't understand why people want to bring people down so much. Oh, I hope the divorce paper is just as easy to sign as the wedding certificate.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you. This is supposed to be a day of happiness for me.
Right.
And you just tainted it with your bullshit.
Your nasty behavior. I think there's a plethora of things that our children could do with their life when they become adults that I wouldn't be happy about. I wouldn't be amazingly stoked, enthusiastic. Yes, that's the best thing you should be doing right now. I'm also not going to feed them that negative energy. I don't have to live their life. They're living their life.
Right.
I said this on a TikTok the other day. I don't have to live with the reward of however they choose to live their life. And I also don't have to live with the consequences of it.
Yep.
The only time I would vehemently put my opinions and stance out there is if they were in a situation that was abusive.
Yeah.
Or they were putting their safety in jeopardy. I would kind of exert a little bit of aggressive opinions.
I think it's hard when it comes to parents and kids because parents feel a sense of ownership over their children.
Yeah.
It's my job to keep you safe and protect you, and what you're doing is wrong.
I know you better than you know you because I gave birth to you. Continuing.
Real quick, Belle said, bruh, I had a whole conversation with my sister about my life in Costa Rica and how great it was, and realized she didn't respond to anything I said. Like none of it. She only checked up when I asked something or said something about her life or situation, and the moment was done. That's crazy to think about. That's the community. Like, I want to hear about people's wins.
Right.
Right? Like, I want to celebrate your happiness. That's the whole fucking point of being here. I don't want to just be involved in your misery.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about your hobbies.
Right. What makes you smile in the morning?
Right. Gross.
I think I want to go to the Virgin Islands.
Okay. I've been to the Virgin Islands.
Have you?
I have.
I hate that.
Why?
Because I wanted to go with you. Like it's like
go.
a first time together thing.
Which side of the Virgin Islands?
Either.
I've been to the American side. So if you want to go to
I think the French side is better.
let's go. Haven't been to the French side.
Bonjour. We'll have to do some research.
Oh, croissant.
But we'll have to figure that out. I would like to do it though. It's something that I've always wanted to experience.
Okay. Would we want to take the kids?
No.
Word.
Nope.
Okay. Even though they said all these mean and nasty things, I'm glad I got married because even without the fancy dress and rings, my marriage is so much more than just a piece of paper to us. I didn't need to have a big wedding full of people who clearly disliked me to marry my best friend.
Mm.
My whole world was in the courthouse because she was there standing across from me. I don't even think you need a marriage license to be married. More about the spiritual aspect in my eyes and the covenant that you create.
I understand the marriage license aspect of it for people to view that as a real marriage because they think that a real marriage with a paper makes it so you can't get divorced. Well, you can still get divorced and it's becoming easier and easier to do it.
And people still cheat and lie and abuse.
I think the ceremony is way more important than that piece of paper.
The daily celebration of you guys living together.
Yeah.
Did Vikings get marriage license?
No. No, that was not a thing until probably the last 200 years. I don't even think that's accurate either. I think it's much, much shorter than that. The idea that you have to ask the king or the government to get fucking married is just asinine to me. Yeah,
that hurts my stomach.
Yeah.
I Will Die on the Hill. That in Braveheart, that scene by the lake, those bitches are married.
Hand fasting. That's what they did.
Yep.
There was a mixture of Celtic religion and Catholic religion.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great movie.
Oh God, just thinking about it makes me want to cry. Okay, back to the movie.
Back to the movie. Back to the show.
During my first year of marriage, I started making cleaning, cooking, and homemaking content on TikTok as a way to be able to look back on the mundane yet very special moments in all the homes we will live in. As my wife was in the Army, and we lived at 2 duty stations in 2 years.
You said duty. Sorry.
Before meeting and marrying her, I didn't feel like I could depend on anyone due to childhood trauma. But as her wife, I could feel a sense of calmness I never remembered having in the 20 years I lived with my parents.
It's a beautiful thing.
Oh, your nervous system is so tense. Going from chaos to calm, there's a lot of that has to happen.
When you experience that. That experiencing that peace and that lack of stress, though, is once you've experienced that, it changes the way that you're willing to live your life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Changes the way your brain works. I worked hard every day on our home to be the wife I knew she deserved, but I always felt like I was falling short. I made baked goods. Oh my gosh.
Come on, get your shit together. We're supposed to be working. Where's your professionalism?
What is this purging that's happening? Before meeting and marrying her, I didn't feel like I could depend on anyone due to childhood trauma. But as her wife, I feel a sense of calmness I never remember having in the 20 years I lived with my parents. I worked hard every day in our home to be the wife I knew she deserved, but I always felt like I was falling short. I made baked goods and dinners and cleaned, but I was not always patient or kind to her like I should have been. I wish I could go back in time and tell myself the things I know now, the things I learned from you both. Now, at 23, I'm a stay-at-home wife, homemaker, and home daycare owner. I quickly get overwhelmed by all the caretaking and paperwork I have to do for my business to run. However, I still make my wife a priority. And because I put her first, she has done the same for me.
Love that. That's what we've talked about for 3 years now.
Yeah.
You can't force anybody to do anything. You can only become the best version of yourself and hope to God that your partner is willing to do the same thing.
Right. Walk that path with you.
Yeah. I feel like if you've got the right person and they see your efforts and they see you trying, they're going to do the same thing. It's the whole matching energy. People can be real fucking petty.
Yeah.
But they can also be really like, oh, damn, I got a good person. She's doing everything that she needs to do. I'm going to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Because I submit, she is able to lead. Because I am in my feminine, she is in her masculine. and we are finding balance. Did I say that wrong?
I'm sorry.
Masculine? What? I'm sorry, what?
I wasn't listening. I was reading a comment. You totally got me there.
I can multitask.
I was zoned the fuck out. I was reading a comment and then went down a whole rabbit hole of thought while you were talking just now. I'd have came back before you finished, but you asked me a question. I wasn't ready. Is
it masculine?
Masculine. Why do you always do this with that word?
I'm sorry, we've done this before.
We have. Actually, at least twice.
Say it for me one more time.
Masculine.
Every day, I feel a little bit closer to finding the right balance, but it doesn't last long. Like I said before, I run a home daycare and my wife is in the Army. I want to take a second and say, God bless the hearts of all of the people who do daycares. And watch children so their parents can keep life together.
I couldn't.
Oh, golly, 2 of them can take me down. I'm on the floor begging for mercy. Continuing, her job takes her out of our home for 2 weeks out of every month from January to September, minus July. In the year we have been stationed here, she has been on 8 rotations, each lasting anywhere from 9 to 14 days. While we were going through the time apart, I struggled a lot. I missed her like crazy, but at the same time, I enjoyed only having to take care of myself at the end of a busy day. Then I would feel guilty for enjoying my life while she was away working so hard for us and our future.
Why would you feel guilty about that?
I was going to ask that too.
I'm willing to bet that she's also enjoying her life.
Right.
Right. Just because you're away doesn't mean that you don't have downtime and free time and the ability to experience life. You're not working the entire time. Now, if you're like stuck on an oil rig in the middle of the fucking ocean, it's a very different conversation. But like you still get to experience life. I think that's a perspective thing, I think.
I used to feel guilty about my downtime and enjoying time by myself. Especially if I knew that somebody else was not having as an enjoyable time. Things that helped me get out of that mindset, because instead of enjoying my time by myself, I just self-hated, and it increased my depression, my anxiety, my what-if scenarios, thinking into the future and panicking. It was a downward spiral. I started asking other people about how their days were going, and if this were my husband and I felt guilty about having downtime, I would just talk to my husband about it. You're away for the next 14 days. I miss you. I know you're working hard and I feel guilty having downtime without you here. I would hope you wouldn't go good. Fucking miserable.
You better fucking miss me. How dare you enjoy your life when I'm not around?
Right.
I knew he abuses her. I would want you to go out and live your life. I would want you to do shit that makes you feel like you're living and not just existing, waiting on me.
Right. There is a conversation of doing things that fill your cup that is not detrimental to the relationship. So if you're away for 14 days, and you're not a drinker at home, but you're with 10 other dudes for the next 14 days and you're getting hammered every single night, I might have an issue with that.
I would have an issue with it for sure.
Yeah. Or going to strip clubs. So definitely conversations to be had there, but you shouldn't feel guilty for enjoying yourself. If you can't enjoy your time with you, how can other people enjoy their time with you? When she came home, I would get territorial, feeling uncertain about how she fit into the routine anymore. Once I started listening to the podcast episodes, I felt more at peace and found pride within myself, which changed my perspective. My wife works hard to get us ahead in life so that I can return to being a stay-at-home wife and someday earn the title of stay-at-home mom. We hope to start trying to expand our family after she finishes medical school. Thanks to you both, I'll be more than ready to resume my role as a stay-at-home wife because I learned from Peaches that it is more than okay to be proud of yourself for the very important role of being a wife. A role I no longer take for granted.
I love that.
I love that too.
You know, there's a lot of people out there that hold their job title as a higher stature than husband or wife.
That's crazy to me.
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
When you think about it, it really is, because that job doesn't give a fuck about you. It's a job.
You make money from it.
Right. Well, you're selling your time.
Yeah.
Time that you could be spending with other people or doing things that enrich your existence. on
For things you
the
enjoy.
cell of the planet that we're
God.
on. It's a lot to think about. Like, you know, I'm an engineer. I'm a wife. I don't think that there's a difference between those titles.
Mm-hmm.
It is something that you do. I think that when you really break it down, though, the title of wife has a whole lot more oomph behind it because that's a lifelong thing.
I agree.
Right?
I am more, I don't want to say impressed by, it just carries more weight if I hear I'm a husband, I'm a wife versus I'm an engineer, I'm a pilot.
Yeah.
I think it's dope to hear about people's positions and their jobs, and if they love what they're doing, that's even better. But I view that as like 1/8 of who you are.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. Dope.
Yeah, your job and your career are different as well.
I agree with that.
So like, yeah.
While we still hit a snag every once in a while, I'm learning to be more content with where we are in our marriage and life, and I'm grateful that we are where we are. Now that it is nearly September, the part of our life where she is gone is ending because she has been given a new job that will allow her to be home in order to pursue the online courses she needs to apply for medical school.
I was just gonna let this go. I'm not gonna let this go.
What?
So over the last 48 hours, I have got ad after ad after ad on social media about becoming a licensed, certified, whatever.
Yeah.
Health coach,
Right.
neuroscience coach, relationship coach, fucking, what else do we get? Personal trainer.
Yeah.
Do this in 20 days and have this certification. Like that is the new fucking marketing thing to get me to buy shit on social media.
Yeah.
And though I have no intention of spending 30 days of my life to get a bullshit certification off the internet, especially one that I can do in 30 days for like $150.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that wants to do all of them.
I get that.
Well, what do you do for a living? I have a podcast. I'm a neuroscience coach, a relationship coach, behavior specialist.
Yeah.
I have a certification in feng shui and tiny homes. I have a certification in just fuck it.
Oh, I would love to do feng shui.
It's absolutely insane to me.
Yeah, and it's all knowledge that you can gain online and for free.
Yeah.
YouTube and reading books and all those kinds of things. It does makes it makes it easy though. It's comprised into courses.
We should create a course.
Oh, good Lord.
And then create a certification because then people could buy our course and become To Be Better certified. Because that's all it is. It's
That is
people
what it
creating
is.
courses and then selling
Yeah.
a certificate. It's not like you're going to school for these things. It's not like you're getting a 4-year fucking degree.
Right.
You're going to get a 30-day crash course and then get a piece of paper saying you completed it.
Mm-hmm.
I would spend money to become TBB certified.
I kind of want to be To Be Better certified.
That's funny.
Can I be grandfathered in? I don't want to go to school right now.
TBB, 2BB badass. Certified 2BB badass. That's funny.
All right, continuing. Oh, no, we are not because I wanted to say something too. So the emailer put, "We are where we are." Do you guys remember that Kesha song?
Nope.
We are who we are. Dun dun. Auto-tuned. Bunch of other stuff. Yeah. Does anybody else? Yes, we are who we are. Y'all know what's up.
Belle said everything that she learned in her Reiki course to become certified, she could have learned on Google.
Yeah.
But she's still certified, which is what she was paying for. And that's all it is. You're paying for a certification. But again, that certification doesn't do shit for you unless you actually utilize it. And a lot of those courses then tell you how to sell coaching and all of those things to make money off of it. It's a pyramid scheme.
Yeah. I'm really, really thinking about becoming a massage therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's an actual license.
it is.
Lots of schooling. Well, not a lot, but
Combine it with my Reiki.
yeah. That would be the only way you'd be able to practice it in Florida and it actually being a thing. You know that I spent $10,000 once, maxed out a credit card to do a 3-day photography intensive
Yeah.
where I was supposed to go and learn proper posing, lighting, off-camera flash. Like it was supposed to be a whole thing. And everything that dude, and he was a Sony artisan. Like he was a big dick fucking Sony photographer, big name. And I left a day and a half into the 3-day course
I remember.
because everything that he was teaching me, I had already learned on YouTube for free.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay. Continuing.
Yep.
So thank you again for all of the honest, no bullshit, no sugar-coated truth, because without it, I fear our marriage would not have made it. Now the word divorce is also banned in our home.
Love that.
Me too. I regret so much the one time I said it in the heat of the moment. The look on my wife's face made me wish I could take it all back. It was one of the only times I've ever seen her cry. And although it led to a sit-down conversation about why I ever mentioned it, I still felt guilty. Since then, it has been a banned word in our home. And sorry, Peaches, I know it's your least favorite word. I understand now because it's mine too. It's a very nuclear word.
Yeah.
And you can't take it back.
Yeah. Once you put that on the table, you make it very clear to your partner that this is not forever like you said it was. You are basically saying, just kidding, to my vowels, right? Like,
JK.
Yeah. Yep.
Sight. Yeah. I dropped that word like it was eating candy in my first marriage. Continuing.
Yep.
I will keep listening because it is now part of my routine to catch a new podcast on Mondays, a new R&R on Fridays, and the live episode on Wednesdays.
Oh, so she's invested.
Oh, hell yeah. Thank you for continuing to make content, and I cannot wait to listen to Peach's Good Woman talk. If it is out by the time you get this, just know I have listened to it a whole bunch. Sincerely, a grateful fan. Oh, that's an old email.
From September.
Before September.
Well, we're behind.
So this is the update. You want to read the chat for a second?
Buff Bell said, good woman talk. We talk good. Bangs chest. Lorna had made a video about the letter to the 16-year-old self, and I watched her video this morning, and she called it The Better Wives.
I love that.
And we totally missed an opportunity.
Yeah.
Because that would have been a great name. The Better Wives.
Yeah. I like the Good Wives, though.
Yeah. Sky High 21 in the chat said, ever since an early episode of the podcast, Courtney, Ann, and I don't even joke about leaving, breaking up, divorce, etc. We don't either.
Good.
All right, guys, as you know, there was a TikTok scare. We lost the app for a whole 12 hours, and we have no idea what the future of the app looks like. And with that, we are very concerned about the loss of our following. We have amassed almost 3 million followers across that platform with all 4 of our accounts, and we are trying to push people to other social media platforms so that in the event that anything happens on one app, we have multiple other backup plans. If you want to make sure that you're not missing any content, we highly recommend that you check out our Patreon.
On Patreon, we have multiple tiers to choose from. Starting at $10, you begin to receive exclusive content. At $15 a month, you get access to our private Discord server where we've amassed an absolutely amazing community of supportive people. And beyond that, we have other tiers to check out, along with my 2 private women's group, if that's something you may be interested in.
Guys, on our $15 and higher tier, you have access to live recordings. We record all of our content 3, 4, sometimes 5 times a week, live in front of our Patreon audience, where they are able to chat with us while we're recording. They get to see all the flirting, the outtakes, the hot topic conversations that never actually make it on the podcast. And it's really worth that aspect in itself. We have an After Dark where we sit down usually once a week and have a glass of bourbon, or in Peach's case, a glass of wine and a bowl of cheese. And we have a whole lot of fun conversations, karaoke in the Discord. We finish the lyrics. We literally just hang out, and you guys get to hang out with us. There is a host of other perks, including Zoom calls that are coming for the ultimate tier, so that if you guys are having problems, you can talk to us. It also gives you the heads up on private meet and greets, because when we travel, we try to meet up with people on our Discord on a regular basis. There's a whole slew of other perks that come through Patreon. I highly recommend that you check it out.
The best way to support what we are doing is to share the content. The second best way is to check out our Patreon. Thank you guys for being here. All right, the update.
Okay.
Dear Chris and Peaches, I'm sending some updated details since you asked for them on your TikTok pages today. No rush to read, though, as I know you're both busy and have so many emails. Since I sent my last email at the end of August, so much has changed for my wife and I. Her new job has come with a lot of mental drain for her, and it's more of an office job. We hit a snag in September when I had to deal with reporting a child abuse/neglect case to CPS. And due to stress, I wasn't a very good wife during that time. It's hard for me to separate work and home when it all happens in the same place. I agree. It's hard to have all of that energy in the one place where you're supposed to be able to feel safe and decompress.
Yeah.
I have started doing things like yoga and meditation and knitting and crocheting and things that make me pay attention to what I'm doing in the moment. And stretching my body feels good. Feeling myself physically relax and loosen my shoulders and unclench my jaw. I can feel all of the negative energy in me kind of being like Have you seen those videos of people putting things in like a hydraulic press?
Squishing it.
And squishing it? That's how it feels. All of the negative energy is being hydraulically pressed out of me. So I would recommend doing something like that, a little bit of a cleanse, you can say, of transitioning to the next part of your day. As children, I'm not going to talk about us as adults. Most children need a transitional time. I always give the kids a heads up, 15 minutes. And then we're going to do this. 15 minutes and you start cleaning your room. 20 minutes till showers. They don't know time like that yet. But it is a physical marker, a verbal marker of you have this much time until we need to do something new. And it's, I don't like change and I don't like abrupt change. So if I'm in the middle of something, you're like, hurry up, we need to leave the house. My nervous system's twitching, like what? So I appreciate a heads up in a transitional period. And we see that in children. And it's the same thing with energy and going about your day.
Yep.
I thought things were getting better as I settled into a routine of always having my wife here. My daycare children really enjoy seeing her when she comes home during her lunch to play with them and help me with dishes and cleaning up. Fast forward to Christmas. I took off 2 weeks of work so we can enjoy the holiday together. My brother-in-law came to stay with us from college, which caused my wife and me to fight a lot.
Believe that.
Why do you say that?
Because they stayed with us. He stayed with us. That was a statement. I firmly believe that having people in your space changes the energy of your home.
Fucks up your space.
Which is why when we have people come stay here, they stay in the other building and not in our house.
And we're very selective on who we host here.
Right. You see how comfortable I am and you're trying to get in on it, aren't you?
My hips are hurting. I gotta transition, but I have to be modest.
It's funny.
I don't want people seeing my toes.
Yeah, you got to pay for that, fuckers. No, so yeah, I believe that. I believe that that's exactly the case. Having somebody come in and disrupt the energy of your house is a lot.
Yes. Continuing, he's a cool dude who enjoyed spending time with us over his mom and dad, but I really struggled. I felt excluded from my wife and her brother, as they always have known each other. Deep down, I know now, and even knew it in the moment, that I could have just joined in on them playing video games or sat and talked with them, but I wanted to give them time to bond in a home they feel safe in.
So you kind of did that to yourself.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
And she noticed it though. Like she just owned it.
Yeah.
Where does that boundary lie? Like at what point do you realize you're becoming resentful and stop allowing yourself to be an outsider? And how much better do you think life would have been if you would have been a part of that with them?
Are you asking me or?
I am asking you.
Okay.
In a situation where like, if your sister came down here and you guys were doing shit and I just kind of distanced myself from the two of you, our relationship would feel cold.
Yes.
But if you guys were going out to eat and doing things that you enjoy and I made sure to include myself in, and I was not a depressive mess during those moments, it would be a much more enjoyable thing. Your sister would feel more welcomed. Mm-hmm. The relationship between the three of us would get better. It's a whole lot of things when you think about it.
Yeah. So what were the questions for me?
I asked them and then I answered them.
Okay. Neat.
Okay, good. Because I don't remember verbatim what I asked.
Okay. This is my life, guys. A lot of conversations like that. I get fully prepared to engage and then you're done and I'm like, oh, all right, word.
I mean, you can still engage. Just don't ask me to repeat the question.
Right, but I'm trying to pay attention to what you're saying. I
really do work through my own shit really quick, don't I?
Yeah.
Sometimes. I am an audible learner. Processor. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. I talk to myself even when you're not around.
I know. I do it too.
Okay, good. But okay, guys, I know for the people who are not watching this live, you can't see the chat right now, but there's a whole lot of conversation happening about feet.
Yeah.
And Buff Bell said, I've had my toes entwined in Peach's toes. It was so overstimulating.
It was so calming for me. I can't believe I'm about to say this. I hold my feet, guys. And when I say I hold my feet, I mean I interlace my fingers with my toes.
And you hold it.
Like I'm holding hands with my foot. And I've done that since childhood. I don't know why I do it. But
need that toe separation.
maybe they gotta breathe. I'm sorry that wasn't fun for you. Continuing, I started picking fights, feeling like I was being left out, and that I was no longer my wife's priority. We had several conversations throughout the 2 weeks as I tried to explain why I felt this way. In the back of my mind, though, I kept reminding myself that Chris and Peaches would say if they saw my behavior, what they would say if they saw my behavior. We got through the holidays and returned to work, only for my wife to drop a bombshell on me. She is reconsidering the idea of having kids.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that daycare brought some epiphanies to her.
Maybe.
Since before we even started officially dating, I made it very clear to her that my goal in life was to be a stay-at-home mom and to have 2 kids. At the time, she also wanted that. But in January of 2024, she confessed that she no longer wants kids and made up all these reasons, like money or the state of the world.
Can we rephrase that?
Yeah, made up seems degrading.
It just invalidated her, who she is as a person.
Yeah.
Made up all these reasons. How about she gave you valid reasons as to why she doesn't want to have a child?
She presented reason.
And because you don't like it, you said she made them up.
Yeah.
By saying you made them up, you're basically saying you're a liar.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how I view that terminology. I don't like that. That was not good. You were really on track with a great email there. And,
yeah.
And there you go. There's something for you to work on. See your person as a person and understand that their feelings are valid just because you don't agree with them.
Right.
Doesn't mean that they're not valid.
Mm-hmm. Continuing. Now, though, I know it's because she doesn't want children with me. Oh, damn.
I feel like we read an email from them.
I feel like we've read something like this too. I'm going to keep reading.
Okay.
I am heartbroken. I understand why she says this. It's because of my mental health and the trauma I suffered growing up. Although I can understand her perspective, I still feel really hurt. In February, we both started our own individual therapy. On top of therapy, we have both been reading self-help books. While this is mostly a thank you email, I do have one question. I want children. I'm okay with waiting until we are more financially well off, and I'm okay waiting for my wife to get through medical school and residency. I'm also okay waiting for her career in the Army to be over after she pays them back for sending her to medical school. But she admitted to me in early January that she's scared to have kids with me. Will she change her mind if I start to do better? If my mental health improves and I'm not shutting down, will she change her mind? I'm sure you can't answer for her since you're not her, but I'd appreciate your perspective on this. My biggest fear is that I'll wake up 15 years from now and find that all my sacrifices and efforts to help her through medical school have resulted in nothing. I've always wanted to be a mother, and if that can't happen, I think I'll be even more heartbroken.
It's a very valid question. And that's one of those compatibility things that we've talked about a lot.
Yeah.
You know, knowing that this is something they both wanted. I'm almost positive we read an email from them because I remember the daycare being a thing. I'm almost positive they sent another email.
Yeah.
I don't know. I obviously she's right. We don't know what the spouse is going through in this and the way that she feels or what's going on. I'd love to get an email from her as to why.
Yeah.
And then if we got an email from her as to why, maybe we can give suggestions on what they need to work on to actually make it so that they both want to have kids. Mm-hmm. But if your mental health is a problem and you are not okay, maybe she doesn't think that you'll be a good mother. It's a very, very real thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of books about really bad parents out there.
Yeah.
You just read a couple of them and I'm sure that you could see her point of view from it. I don't know.
At the beginning of my motherhood, I do not view myself as a good mom. And the reason I say that, I never physically abused my children. I never talked degradingly to them. I did raise my voice a lot. And that's something that I've really worked on and pride myself on not doing it even like a tenth of what I used to do. I was addicted to my phone, addicted to social media, so they did not have a lot of my attention. I was short-tempered. I was overwhelmed. I was constantly stressed. I was not doing things that I enjoyed. I just doom scrolled. So I wasted my time. And I wasn't living in the present moment, so they didn't get me fully.
I don't think it's fair that you say that you were not a good mom though.
Yeah.
Because being a mom is not just age 1 to 5.
Right.
It's gonna
No,
be
I
it's gonna
know,
be the
it's-
sum of their entire 18-year existence under our roof.
I know. That's why I'm
So-
saying in the beginning.
Yeah.
I don't think I was a good mom. I think
you,
I'm.
you had
I'm
to
a great
learn.
mom.
You had to learn how to be
Yeah,
a good mom.
I did.
Right.
And
Well, it's perspective.
right.
So don't say you weren't a good mom. Say I
Okay.
was learning.
I was learning to be a good mom. That's a good way to put that. And it took a lot of self-reflection and working on triggers and maintaining my emotional regulation. And it sounds like a lot of her concerns kind of fall baseline with that. Maybe she saw some things while you were running the daycare that concerned her.
Maybe she just doesn't want kids.
Well, she said she doesn't want to have kids with her.
Right. Well, that's what she said.
Right.
But we don't understand. We were not given reasons as to why, other than her mental health.
Right. That's true. She didn't. If I were the emailer, I would be focusing on what I can do about me to help her be more comfortable about having children with me. And that would be the conversation that needs to be had. Do you not want to have children, period? Because if she doesn't want to have kids, there would be a really big reconsideration of, do I want to be in this marriage? Because I'm not going to wake up 15 years from now and recognize I can't have children anymore and say, I really did want to do that with my life.
Right.
And you can always adopt or foster and all these other kinds of things. But if you were gung-ho on having biological children and you lose that window because you're focused on sacrificing for the marriage, that would be a big regret for me on my deathbed. If it's she doesn't want to have children with you and the state that you are in now, and she says that she would reconsider if you go to therapy and all these other kinds of things, then dope. I would give it a year or two. And then if after a year or two of me working on myself and showing change and handling situations different and dealing with children differently, she still doesn't want to have children, then we're back to square one. Do I want to be in this marriage for the rest of my life, knowing that children are not a possibility?
Well, you got to think too that the children normally would become grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
And like for people who want to spend their life with kids and have a life like that, that's fulfilling to them in that aspect. Grandkids would be the second part of your life.
Yeah.
So like you really do. There's a lot to weigh into all of that. That's a rough situation. That's not an easy answer for anyone. I would be very cautious about living my life with somebody that doesn't want the same end of life as me, or even same life goals as me. If having kids is something that you deeply, deeply dream of having, and your other partner's like, I don't want kids at all,
Mm-hmm.
one of you has to give up of the want.
Yes.
And somebody's going to be resentful.
Yeah. I'm going to finish it.
Okay.
I've always wanted to be a mother, and if that can't happen, I think I'll be even more heartbroken. But I also don't want to give up on my marriage. I feel like a fraud for presenting myself as a homemaker and submissive wife when I feel like my marriage is crumbling around me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for always telling the truth. And as hard it is as it may be for me to hear, please tell me the whole truth the way you always do.
Why do you feel like your marriage is crumbling? Because that's not what I got from any of that.
I didn't get that either. That might be like an abandonment fear kicking in.
Sounds like that mental illness
Yeah.
or mental health.
I don't know who said it earlier, but somebody said, I think a good mom is a mom who does the best that she can. And I disagree with that. I grew up in very abusive situations, very traumatic situations. And I heard all the time, I'm doing the best that I can.
Yeah. Your best is not always going to be good enough.
Right. So I think a good mom is a mom who is actively working on herself and making sure that life is as good and calm as it can be for the children. That doesn't mean that she's perfect and doesn't have moments where she gets upset or explodes or all those other kinds of things. But the well-being of the children, despite the hardships or emotions that might come over the parent, the children are going to be top safety, top priority. We're not going to put them in this situation because I want X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowing that people get stunted mentally because of trauma.
Mm-hmm.
I read something the other day that said a lot of people are running around at the age of 12 to 16 mentally as full-blown adults because of childhood trauma.
I believe it.
And knowing that that's a thing, it's not an excuse, but knowing that that's a thing, I can understand why people say I'm doing the best I can. If you're not doing anything different than you've done over the last 5 years of your life, you're not doing the best you can. You're doing what's comfortable. And there's a fucking difference. Doing what's comfortable isn't doing your best. You're doing what's easy and what you know you can do. It's a very different conversation than somebody that's trying to evolve and grow and expand their thought process and their character. And, you know, the growth journey is a hard one.
Yeah.
It's fucking difficult, which is why a lot of people don't do it. Well, we can wrap up. Go to the store.
Dope.
As always, guys, we hope that you enjoyed the podcast.
We made it for you.
And you are the author of your own life.
Grab a pen.
And we will see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.